Okay, I just wanted to sum up that last video. I got cut off again, and I was talking about the 6th floor museum and how its official position has become the Lee Harvey Oswald did it position, and they fight very vigorously against anybody or anything that might present an alternative view. And it's unfortunate because it's this piece that this memorial that inspired the city to create the 6th floor museum. And as such, remember, this memorial was not intended to take a position one way or the other. It wasn't intended to say anything or be interpretive in any way. It was just a memorial. It was a place for remembrance and pay your respects. And as a result, they created the 6th floor museum, which does take a position and has fought actively against conspiracy theories, which is what they call them. And I mentioned to you the other day, I think I mentioned in an earlier video, that I got to meet Robert Groden, and what a hero he has been in the JFK research community. And one of the things he does, he may be over there right now as I speak, he sets up shop on Dealey Plaza there on the grassy knoll, and he has a table and he has his books, and he just sits there, and he and his wife, and they interact with visitors and they tell the other side of the story. And of course, he believes, like I do, that the CIA killed the president. Lee Harvey Oswald was the patsy, and the 6th floor museum is all part of the lie. And they have pressured city leaders over the years to arrest him and try to run him out of Dealey Plaza. Over 80 times he's been arrested. 80 times he's had to go to court. He's won all the cases. But they just continue to find reasons to try to run him off the grounds, because he's right within spitting distance of the 6th floor museum, and it offends them that the truth literally offends them. By the way, if you've ever been to Dealey Plaza or seen pictures of Elm Street and seen the X in the middle of the road, that's the work of Robert Groden. He maintains that X. Every now and then the city will come and take that X off the street. One time they even dug up the pavement to get rid of it. And he goes out there and he puts it back. And he sort of feels that that is one of his duties, in addition to his other. He writes books. He's a photography expert, and he's the one that gave us the Zapruder film. If it hadn't been for him, the Time Life would have succeeded in hiding that thing for us forever. The most important piece of evidence in the assassination. Thanks to Robert Groden, we have it. He's also the one that gave us the alibi, Geraldine Reed, that Oswald was making change in her office when the shots went off, that the Warren Commission buried her story. So, some very important contributions by somebody like Robert Groden. And but he doesn't, he I think more so than the 6th represents this memorial and does honor to JFK's name, because he's a truth teller. And that's what JFK was. He was a truth teller. And the liars in our midst don't like the truth, and they'll do anything to shut it up. And in broad daylight, they shut JFK up, and over 80 times the 6th floor museum has tried to shut Robert Groden up. If there's one legacy, and there's a lot, but if there's one that stands out amongst the many of JFK's legacies, it's courage to tell the truth, courage to seek the truth, courage to pursue the truth, and then courage to act on that truth. And so I hope this Dallas walking tour has been as meaningful to you as it has been to me. This is the first time I've ever been here. It's a little emotional for me, actually, to walk amongst the history, touch it, and see it, and feel it, and sort of go over it in my mind and put myself back in, on that day and relive it, even though I wasn't going to be born for 8 more years. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and look forward to my next walking tour, which will be a couple months from now when we're in Miami. So far we've been in New Orleans and Dallas. These are 2 of the hot spots when it comes to the JFK assassination. As far as the training for all things Operation Mongoose, which morphed into the JFK assassination, you got to go to Miami. So that'll be our third stop. Thank you, and God bless.